Hi everyone, it's Lisa from A Simple Season. Eggs are getting expensive, and pardon the pun, but I am shelling out 40% more for eggs over last year. And also, though I haven't seen this in my area, I have seen videos of people going out to grocery stores and where purchases of eggs are being limited to 2 dozen due to shorter supply. So what can you do if you are out of eggs? And we've all been there, where we're in the middle of baking cookies and we go to the fridge, open it up, and we realize we're out of eggs. So fortunately, there is a workaround for this, and I'm going to show you 5 different egg substitutes, and I'm going to show them to you from my least favorite substitute to my most favorite substitute. So hopefully you'll stay tuned, and mostly these ingredients are things you probably already have on hand or are very easy to find. So let's get started. So the first method I'm going to show you, I'm going to rate a 4 out of 10, and that is using chia seeds. And even though I'm rating it a 4 out of 10, it's really just comparing it to the texture of using a real egg. And I still do like to use chia seeds sometimes when I bake, just because they're so good for you. They're full of antioxidants, they're high in minerals, and they have good omega-3s in them. So when you use chia seeds when you bake, you want to use 1 tablespoon of chia seeds and 2 tablespoons of water. And you just pour the water over the chia seeds, give it a little stir around, and just let this sit for 15 minutes. And what you will notice is you'll get this kind of gelatinous sort of texture forming. When you put it in your baked goods, it will result in a lighter texture. And you will get a little bit of that sort of poppy seed kind of action going on in your baked goods, but it doesn't add any extra flavor. So I still like to use it sometimes when I bake. So that is one option of using it as an egg replacer. So the next option, which I'm going to rate a 5 out of 10, is 4 tablespoons of applesauce. And applesauce is an old standby as an egg substitute, and this is just some home canned applesauce that I have here. And the reason I'm rating it a 5 out of 10 is it's a little bit closer to the texture of a real egg than, say, the chia seeds. So what this will do to your baking is it will give it a very moist texture. So you won't have those nice kind of crispy tops like if you bake a muffin, but it will be nice and moist. So I think that's a good thing. And this is definitely great as an egg substitute. The next option I'm going to rate a 7 out of 10 because we're getting a little closer to that real egg texture, and that is using 1 heaping tablespoon of mayonnaise in your recipe to equal 1 egg. And this is really great for brownies and cornbread, especially if you like to have like a fudgier texture to your brownie, or it will give your baking a little bit more density. It's not going to be over the top or anything, but it will make your baking a little tiny bit more dense, but it still imparts that nice rich texture, and you don't taste the mayonnaise at all. So you can use this in cakes, muffins, anything like that, and it turns out well. This method I'm going to rate a 9 out of 10 because this is one of the closest things I've found to the texture of using a real egg. So here I've just got some baking powder. This is 2 teaspoons of baking powder in this bowl. 1 teaspoon of a neutral tasting oil. So this could be canola oil, sunflower oil, vegetable oil, anything like that. And in here, this is 2 tablespoons of water. So we mix all of these things together, and if you can see what's happening here, there's this bubbling that's going on here. So this is just kind of a chemical reaction that's happening with the baking powder and water and all the other ingredients. And this is what is going to give you that real egg taste, and or not flavor, but the texture of having a real egg in your baking. So this last one I'm going to rate also a 9 out of 10, and this is just 1/4 cup of carbonated water. And carbonated water adds moisture to a recipe, but it also acts as a great leavening agent. And the carbonation basically traps air bubbles and it helps make your finished product light and fluffy, and it doesn't add any extra flavor or any weird textures to your baking. So this works really well for cakes, cupcakes, and quick breads, and I'm a big fan of using this. I feel like going forward, we need to be a little more creative in the kitchen if we are lacking certain ingredients, and hopefully this will help you out. Let me know in the comments if you've tried any of these, or maybe you have some of your own suggestions that you'd like to add. Take care, everyone, and we'll catch you in the next one.